This is Grace Youth Espanol, and you're listening to the GYE Podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our podcast. We're so excited to be back. It's been an amazing December. We're in Christmas season.
Woo!
Who's excited for that? I mean,
Me. I was this close to wearing a Grinch shirt today.
okay.
Like I have like this,
Too soon?
I have the collection like in the back. Like
But
I have
see-
like 5 shirts.
But see, I love your embroidered like shirt thing. It's Christmassy.
I made it.
That's Christmassy, for sure.
Hit me up if you want embroidery shirts. I'm just kidding.
So last week we threw our leaders under the bus a little bit, and we made them show their Spotify Wrapped of 2020. I already showed mine, so I'm not gonna show y'all again. Which it wasn't even. I mean, mine was like kind of whack, anyways, because it was just sleeping
Mine
music.
too, though.
Well, we're about to see right now. We're about to confirm that. We're production. We're about to confirm that. We're gonna put it on the screen right here. You're about to see her. What? We're about to see that your graphic, whatever that is. So let's pull out our data. Let's see what we have. You have your data,
I'll
Didi?
pull it out real quick.
By the way, this is Didi. Everyone, she's pulling out her phone. Do you have your data?
I have my data.
Okay, you have Spotify, right?
I don't use Spotify. I don't use Spotify.
She's sorry.
But the latest that I've gone through is apparently I listen to
Rodney Rich. Let me see. Okay, so his top. Okay,
You don't
actually,
even know the name.
he said, "I'm gonna let you do it."
Okay, so one of them is like Roddy Rich, which is number one that got me through things according to Spotify.
Okay.
That looks
And
like
then-
Wakanda, like the guy from the movie.
Yeah, but
He's
it's not him. It's not
Oh.
him. And then
He's
another one
gone.
is Drake, which everybody knows Drake, The Weeknd, and Deathbed.
You okay, bro? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Roddy Rich, The Weeknd, Drake. This guy went through a lot in 2020. No, I'm just kidding.
We all
Um,
did.
We all
Can't
did.
blame
We
him,
all
can't
did.
blame
We
him.
all did. We all did. What about you?
I was actually kind of surprised on mine. My top, is it top 5 like songs or?
Well, yeah, or artists. What are your okay?
Oh, okay.
You have your artists.
No.
Well, your top 5 songs. Show us your top 5 songs. We'll go with that.
Okay.
We'll take that.
No, I think I did have whatever. Okay. So the first one was Your Waters by Julia. I don't even know how to say her last name. Viotoria.
Okay.
The Blessing by Elevation.
And your children. And their children.
Run to the Father by Cody Carnes.
Yeah.
And then Pioneers for King and Country and Daily by Cortez.
I see these devotionals in the morning. I
Okay.
see the
This
playlist
this
that's
is a
going on.
woman of prayer. Okay.
Yeah,
You good?
surprised.
You
Yeah.
good? Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right,
She's doing
Leah.
great.
Leah, all right.
I think Noe thinks this is gonna be like juicier than it really is.
Is it? I'm trying to see these screenshots.
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
see these
So,
screenshots.
The evidence is here.
I heard backstage there's what is it?
No, last year it would have been a lot worse. This year it's like we're doing better, but we're not there yet.
Let
But
me
we're
see it.
And that's
Let me
okay.
see it. We want to see it.
So my top artist, it's not that juicy. So it's like Camilo and then Harry Styles, a king. Period.
Okay.
Then
Camilo.
it's my mom's Google Home in her office, which is Alex Zurdo and Funky.
Okay.
Love it. They go.
Praise party up
they
in
go
here.
hard,
All right.
yes. And then it's Louis Tomlinson. So
Louis, is that a country?
no, he's from One Direction.
Oh,
It's Louis.
Louis. Say
Louis.
that. Nobody knows him as Louis. Is that the guy with the mustache?
Well, that's how he comes up on Spotify.
He needs to rebrand himself as Louis.
I think we need to do something there. And then my top songs are Favorito.
Okay, favorito.
Yeah, and then
Despacito.
no.
No. Okay.
My second one
Wrong
is,
year.
is Tattoo.
Wrong year.
It's Tattoo by Camilo too.
Okay.
And then
Is that the one
That-
that's like that? No, I don't know. I don't know it. Okay, continue.
we don't need censor that out. Just kidding.
Okay.
And then my third one is Media Luna, which is by Camilo too.
All right.
Cutest thing ever. If he don't sing to you like that, just let him go.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. And
Whoever
then-
you are, write that down.
Yeah, this is a
Take
message
notes,
sent.
bro. Take notes.
And then 4 is El Mismo Aire by Camilo. And
Wow,
then,
big Camilo fan
She
up in here.
dedicated.
period.
She is.
I'm
You're
not-
like the top 1% of Camilo listeners. It probably
Top
told you that.
0.5.
Oh shoot, top 0.5. You live next door or something.
And then 5 is Falling by Harry Styles.
Wow, Falling. I don't know that one.
Oh,
Let's be honest,
you
that's on
don't?
Elizabeth.
No, but that leads us into our next topic. Okay, so it is statistically proven that December and this season, like winter season, and around the holiday seasons, this is about to get really, really serious. I don't know why we just went there, but no, listen. No, it's true. We're gonna share our own experiences. That depression and anxiety and things like that, all of those rates go up, right? Because a lot of people, some people are away from their families. Some people miss their loved ones if their loved ones are no longer with them. You know what I mean? And a lot of people just start feeling just really gloomy and really sad. So what can you guys tell me about that? Do you guys have any experiences with that?
So I'll go ahead and share.
Yeah.
You know, entrance me here. Okay. I feel like especially because my family, like, so like half of my family wasn't, like, has been in church my entire life, and then, like, let's say, like, the other half wasn't, right? That's only one person, but, you know, we're gonna call them the other half. And that changed a lot of experiences with holidays, especially because when it's holidays for people in the world, it's alcohol, it's like it's an excuse to party.
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
just lose themselves and lose control. So I feel like for a long time when I was little, it was never like a negative experience, but it was always like, oh, I knew it was gonna be happy, and then it was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna go down. You know what I
Wow,
mean?
yeah.
So it was like a shift, and I feel like for a long time, like, I feel like I knew, oh, so we're gonna open presents and then we're gonna argue, type of situation.
Yeah.
And then, oh, we're gonna go to my tia's house, but then we're gonna have to leave early because we're gonna start arguing,
Wow.
type of situation. And I feel like until
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he started going to church, that's when everything changed. So it
Yeah.
shifted, and then holidays became something more family oriented. How it should be, I feel like, because I feel like especially like Christmas, it's the birth of Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? It's celebrating that he came and that he was here. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that God sent him. And I feel like for a long time, it wasn't just seen as that. I feel like it had to share half and half with. It was like ugly and pretty at the same time.
Mm.
And it was something, I say it really lightly now, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that happened. But like when it was happening, it was like, why? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was frustrating. It was like, why is that happening? Why does it have to be like that? It shouldn't have to be like that. It could be different, but it wasn't.
For sure.
So.
Yeah. What about you, David? Have you had any experiences?
So I believe, like, since, like, for a lot of college students, like you said, are away from home, right? So they're away from the normal routine of getting home from, like, high school and getting, like, a homemade prep meal and all those things. And a lot of people, this is finals week. Like, I'm in finals week.
Oh, me too.
Everybody's in
Don't make me
finals
cry
week.
on this video.
So I agree with you. Like today, like this semester, this couple months, it falls in a lot of holidays. It falls in Thanksgiving, falls in Christmas, and it falls in school, important school beginnings and ends. So yeah, I agree because a lot of college students are not only are they in the most important stages of their life, but they're in their stages where any little thing can impact them greatly, you know. And stress, personal stress, educational stress is not gonna help them, right?
Yeah. Going off a little bit over how sometimes when families either like argue or you feel alone during the holidays, I feel like a lot of the times, sometimes you don't even want those times of holidays. You're sad because
Wow.
you're gonna get together with your family who maybe you haven't gotten along with for a long time, and you feel like the whole purpose of being in that holiday and being together, it's like you don't even want it. So a lot of people experience
Yeah.
that as well. So
You know, I was actually talking to my therapist yesterday about that. That's interesting because I was telling her that, like, I went to this Thanksgiving party a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling her that, like, this thought came to my mind. I was like, why don't I feel like I belong sometimes? You know what I mean? Like even within my own family, you know? And it reminded me of what you were saying, Leah, about how like, you know, there was that certain side of the family that wasn't Christian yet, that drinks, that has a different lifestyle, you know, and there was this like maybe turmoil, conflict, whatever, you know. And so for me, like I'm the only Christian in my family, you know what I mean? And so I go to these parties and everybody's kind of doing their own thing, you know, whatever they define as fun and safe and whatever their way of celebrating looks like. For me, that's very different, you know? And so I have to kind of sit there and try to enjoy it. But at the same time, I was, you know, conversating and I was like, I sometimes feel like I'm out of place, you know what I mean? And like I don't belong. And like that's not like a really good feeling to feel at a family gathering, you know what I mean? And so sometimes and I was telling her like it puts me in a place of like, you know, I don't even want to be here. Like I'd rather be by myself, you know what I mean? But I think it's really important though to remember. I think it was in the last podcast last week we were talking about how Christmas and the gospel and what it means, you know, that our Savior came is a representation of like it's supposed to bring people together and it's supposed to be a hope for the world and a light for the world. And I loved how you talked about how this family member and this situation changed for you. You know what I mean? So I wanted to ask you guys, what are some things that you guys do in this season, whether like, you know, if you're struggling with stress with school and stress in school, whether it's family gatherings, like, you know, our situation or whatever it is, like what are some ways that you can overcome sadness and overcome stress, pressure, anxiety, depression? What are some things that you can share with the audience that have helped you guys?
Not in a like, how do you say that? Not in a like creyéndote, not like
Yeah.
putting yourself above others or anything. But I feel like in those family events where I don't feel like I feel like my family is on a whole nother like mental state, like and not in a bad way, like mentality, you know. And I just don't feel like me and them are the same. I remember that in the Bible it says that first of all that muchos son llamados pero pocos son escogidos.
Yeah.
And then I also remember that we're set apart. That God has
Ooh.
set us aside from the beginning.
Wow.
So even when we didn't understand, we were already different from them. When we
Wow.
were 7 and we were playing with our cousins, they had their lives already set and we had ours. You know? And it just reminds me of God's purpose and what I'm supposed to do and who I'm supposed to be. And it just reminds me that I feel like I'm very thankful to God in those moments. It is sad because you want to be part of them, you know what I mean? But sometimes I'm like, God, I'm so thankful that you picked me out of everybody in this family to make different.
Wow, that's
You know?
powerful. Yeah. What about you, Didi?
I feel like at the end of the day, our hearts, regardless, and what emotional state it may be in, whether you're not getting along with your family or you are, or you're missing someone or you're alone, at the end of the day, like really realize God is always good, and throughout, no matter like our emotions, our feelings throughout certain times or throughout certain seasons, God always is that hope. And from there is where we stem our hope in, not from
Wow.
the situations and from our feelings during specific seasons.
Wow. And you, David?
No, I agree. Going back to what you were saying about my comfort is like going to church, right? Being surrounded by people that see the same faith as you, that seek the same goal as you, is to get closer to God. And apart from that, when I'm not at church, when I don't have that drive, or just feel hopelessness, I always find my comfort and also as like my mom, like as someone that is close to your family member, friend, and
I'd
some
always
worship
put
with
that.
me.
Yeah. You know what's the beautiful thing about the nativity story and wrapping up is that Jesus and you know as the Bible says, you know, Mary and Joseph had nowhere to go, you know, and so and they had nowhere to stay, and finally when Jesus was born, he was born in a manger, you know. He gave up his place of high, you know, kingship of lordship and went to the lowest so that we can take his place. So that when we feel our lowest and so that when we feel our most saddest and depressed and maybe coldest inside, we would be wrapped in warmth at the thought of that. At the thought of a God that came to a place like this to love us and to be with us, to be in our situation, to give his life for us. And that's what Christmas is. So if you're going through that, if you're having a situation like that, please remember that. Please remember that your King loves you and that your King came to this earth and felt what you felt. We're so happy that you guys joined us tonight. We're so thankful. We hope that you're having a great Christmas season. I know we are. We're so excited. There's some great things coming for GYE, so stay tuned on Instagram. Stay tuned for everything happening, and we will see you guys soon.
For more of GYE, follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Grace Youth Espanol.